Hello everybody and welcome back to Stargrinding with Remblob. It's been a little bit since I recorded, but we're back. I have some free time, and I have quite a bit to talk about today. But yeah, it's Stargrinding time, and how? Bro, are you serious right now? Hello? I haven't been that many levels, man. How about 615? Or yeah, sure, 625. Ooh, this is gonna be a long one probably. TikTok, RKJ remix. RJK remix, okay. RKJ, Robert Kennedy Jr. remix. Anyways, I think it's been about like 2 weeks since my last Stargrinding. I think my last one was the 3rd. I think the last one I talked about was fun of graduating. So yeah, it's been a little bit. Been busy with school as always. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Cool holiday, although it didn't really feel like one because I still had to work. Oh my god, not this song. But yeah, it did not feel like a long weekend because I had to work because I picked up a new position, not a new job, just a new area of work in my current job. I work in the bakery now, and the bakery is very busy, so they told me to come in today, and I mean, like, they told me I could take it off if I wanted to, but I mean, another day, another dollar, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I work today. Bakery, dude, baking is something that I really enjoy. But it's not something I do very much because I don't really have like the equipment for it. I don't have like a stand mixer. Like I have to do everything by hand if I want to bake something. So it's just like a lot more work than it should be. But I really like it, and I'm it's proven by the fact that it's probably I don't know if it's my favorite place to work now, but it's up there because these qualities could as easily turn you off from being like a baker, but could easily also be very appealing. You're always busy. There's always something to do because one part of it is the bakery is very short-staffed, but it's just busy anyway in general, and it's a lot of like running around, delivering things to places, and like keeping track of everything, and you're lifting heavy stuff a lot. So it's like, it's hard, but I really like it because I've heard my coworkers that work with me at like the normal stuff, like front of house, dining hall stuff, and they all say like they tried to work bakery, but it was like really stressful, and like everyone was really strict, and they said, oh yeah, don't work bakery, it's like everyone's mean and strict and stuff. But me, secret, like in the conversation, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Bakery looks really hard, and then secretly think to yourself, wow, that's like a dream job for me. And I just like making things too, so that's another reason why I wanted to try out bakery. And yeah, it's going well for me. It's going well. I really like it. It's true that they are strict there. It's still like chill. Like it's not unreasonable, but like okay, this doesn't really. This speaks more to the. Let's call it the relaxed nature of my regular workplace than the strictness of the bakery. But I came in like I think last week. I came in late, like 2 minutes late one day, and like I was given a talking to, which isn't crazy. Like you should, if you're late, you should probably be talked to. But like I've been like maybe this is something I shouldn't be admitting, but I've missed alarms before, and I've shown up to work maybe like an hour late before, and my boss is just, oh, it's fine, I'm just happy you're here, which is great for me because I don't feel any shame for what I've done. But it doesn't really contribute to a very productive work environment. And that's like my least favorite part about like working at the front of the house, because like your busyness is entirely dependent on how many people like show up to eat at the place you're working. So there's just gonna be parts where you're just doing nothing, and we're just gonna ignore that. But yeah, it's just boring sometimes, and like some days when there's nothing to do, that's when work is like goofiest and silliest, because people just be doing like dumb shit all the time. But and that's kind of funny, but also yeah, not exactly the greatest work shifts at my normal place. But yeah, at bakery we're just like doing stuff all the time. We're hustling. We're counting up like pastries and stuff and getting everything like shipped out to like the other dining centers. Like it's fun. I really like it. Yeah, I like baking, so I like baking and I like being busy at work, so that's like a dream come true for me. So that's been fun. I do still like my the current position, just because it can get goofy. But yeah, and it's also something new that I haven't tried before, and I like learning new things, and I like learning more about like the system of how the kitchen works and everything. So it's a nice change of pace for me. But that's all for the work stuff. In other news, we're so back. We're so back. My goat streamer has returned. My quote-unquote favorite streamer has returned under a new persona, and we're so back. We're so back. She debuted under a new name, and I don't know, there's not really that much else to say about it. I'm just like, I was just really hyped when I saw the tweet go out about her new start, I guess you could say. And the streams have been peak. And it's great to have her back. It's great to actually have things to watch on YouTube. I say that's kind of a lie. I've had stuff to watch on YouTube before. I actually have like a playlist of like all the stream VODs that I want to eventually watch, and it gets larger every day. Yes. There's a lot of stuff to catch up on, or at least that I want to catch up on. Like one of the other people I watch is playing Elden Ring right now, and one of the other people I watch did a playthrough of Outer Wilds a while ago that I also want to finish, and so like it just keeps piling up. It is really nice to have like a very big list, because I use it, at least with like chatting streams and stuff, I use that as moral support for when I'm playing Jacob and Esau and Isaac. Or like doing Goldens and Silvers and Celeste, so that it's good background noise for that. And I was able to actually be successful with like one of my least favorite characters in Isaac. So thank you. I think it's mainly who have I been watching? I think it's mainly Crony and Cecilia. So shout out to them. Shout out to them for helping me through some of the most mad I've ever been at Celeste, with one of the deathless challenges I was doing, and for enabling me to get a bunch of completion marks on Jacob and Esau. So yay. I don't think a single person has full context for everything I just said there. A single person watching this, like, plausibly. So all like three of you watching this are gonna be like, funny words to at least something I just said there. It's kind of funny. But the main thing that I was going to talk about today is a lovely experience I had yesterday. So last week at work, my boss mentioned that he beat Silent Hill 2, and the reason why this is important is because he dropped the intel that the library, the public library in my area, actually has like PS4, Xbox, and Switch games. So I thought, let's check out the collection. Let's check out the collection. Maybe there's some Switch games that I would be interested in getting, and there are. Like, a lot of them are on hold, so I'd have to wait a while for them to actually become available. But they have like Breath of the Wild, they have like Mario Wonder, they have Kirby and the Forgotten Land, they have like Super Mario 3D All Stars, they have Fire Emblem. all games I've wanted to try in the past, and one of the games was a game that my friend Jason likes very much and has been talking about me possibly playing it and how the experience would be for me. And that game is called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I know this game because there's this guy, Joseph Anderson, that did a playthrough of it, and it's like an iconic playthrough of his. And it's how I discovered him. He's the reason why I played Persona 5. Because I saw like out of context like stuff that some of the characters would say, that's like, and it was kind of goofy, and the game looked cool, so that's the reason why I actually became interested in Persona 5. But he has another playthrough on Xenoblade from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it is one of those games where you can clearly tell that it's not very good, but it's like kind of campy and like silly, and you don't take it too seriously. You don't really take the story too seriously. And it's also notable because all of the voice actors are like some form of has some form of a UK accent. Like, they're all British and Scottish and Welsh for some reason, even though it's a Japanese game. And that lends itself to funny scenes with funny accents. And I looked, and the library happened to have it on the shelf. And so I tell my friend, I tell Jason about it, and we decide to have me stream it to Discord so that he can watch it with me while I play it. And Carter, friend of the channel, was also there. So offer a commentary, and I started playing it, and it was probably one of the one of the worst games I've ever played. Which is that actually accurate? I think so, because like all the games that I play, I like at least a little bit. All the games I've bought and all the games I've tried, I like at least a little bit. But it's just like your classic JRPG like bullshit, where it's just like a bunch of tutorials everywhere, a bunch of tutorial pop-ups everywhere, a bunch of like quest markers and like pop-ups and notifications like on the screen. And the worst, like, that's fine, that's all fine, I don't mind it that much. But the worst part was there's a cutscene, right, about our main character Rex. He catches like this like sea creature, and he needs to kill it so that he can get food and money from selling it. So this naturally would go into a combat sequence, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. What it tells me to do in this combat sequence is it tells me there's a button to target an enemy, and then you press a button to draw your weapon, and then like move closer to the enemy to attack it, right? Except there's no attack button. It's auto combat. You are watching your character just swipe at an enemy, and the enemy is swiping at you back with no other input besides like you have like special abilities that you can activate. So you're basically pressing nothing except for the occasional press this button when one of your special abilities is ready. It turned me off instantly. I played a little more. And I got to like, I guess like a boss fight, but not really like a boss fight. It's more like a tutorial, like scripted boss. And it teaches you like you can combo your moves with another person in your party. And I died to him 3 times. Pressed the home button on my Switch, closed out of the game, removed it from my library, and I'm going to return it tomorrow. Because it's like, and the word, okay, you think that's all bad? The stupidest part is that sometimes your attacks just miss. Your attacks just don't do anything sometimes. They just miss. And it's not like other turn-based games where your enemy like clearly ups their evasion stat or something like that. It literally like it swipes the your character swipes their sword thing through the enemy, and then the word miss pops up sometimes, and you just gotta eat that. Like it was actually everything I don't want in a game. Because one of my favorite aspects of these types of like RPG games is combat. Combat systems have made games for me, like Hollow Knight, Crosscode, Persona 5, Elden Ring. Like all of them have like amazing combat systems, and that's the main reason why I enjoy them. If your combat system is just if your combat system is just walking up to your enemy and auto attacking, then it's not really a combat system. It's actually, oh my god, I can't. I actually can't believe that. I can't believe in auto playing. Cause it's auto play. If your game has like a speed up function where combat's faster, so that when you're grinding things, it goes by quicker, or like it's auto combat for like simple encounters, then that's still fine. But if the entire thing is just auto combat, then you're not even playing the game. It actually like it. I actually cannot understand how you play a game that plays itself for you. Like the idea of a second monitor game that's not just like an idle game, like a cookie clicker, or like a, I don't know, like, you know what I'm talking, like a universal paperclip. Like, if I don't understand the idea of second monitor games that aren't idle games, where the whole point is that you don't have to play the menus, just like cool numbers going up. I don't understand the point of that. Why are you playing it? Why are you playing the game if it just plays itself for you? And that's like what, like, we give Jason shit a lot because of this type of game that he plays. Because gacha games also have this feature where they just auto play the combat for you, and the only reason why you're playing the game is because you've been playing it for like this certain amount of time. It's just to keep a streak. It's just to do your dailies. Like, I cannot convey how stupid the idea of this type of game is to me, because it's like you're playing a game. You play games because, at least because I can't speak for everyone anymore apparently, even though this feels like it should be a universal concept. You play games because it's a nice thing to do, to like get your brain working, or like it's fun to press buttons in a specific order. And sometimes that also comes with like a really cool story. And like the best games are the ones that can seamlessly merge story and gameplay. I.e. Outer Wilds, Hollow Knight, Elden Ring. But if you take away the gameplay part of gaming, then is it even really a game? If it's just like, if you're just okay, I am being a little bit too harsh, maybe, because that's not all the whole point of the game. Cause there's like, it's like RPG stuff where you go on like quests and like, I didn't play the game that much, so I can't really say how it is with Xenoblade, but at least like Persona 5, it's like, it's not all combat, it's like story, it's like characters, you know, character writing, the dynamic of a group, of a party, but like combat's a big part of it, man. And combat doesn't even have to be your main mechanic in your RPG. Like we talked about like other games that Jason plays, and like one of them has like a turn-based combat system that's like really simple and easy, but like the main idea of the game is to like collect resources and craft things, and that game's Atelier Ryza. And so it doesn't have to, you don't have to be like doing combat or anything. Like I just resent the idea of a game that plays itself. Cause like even in Cookie Clicker, you're still doing shit. You know, you're not doing shit all the time, but you're still like, you're still doing stuff that contributes to like the purpose of the game. If you're playing like a shitty RPG where it's just like cutscenes and then boom, tutorial, and then boom, you walk for literally like 5 seconds and then another cutscene plays. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? It's like the sloppiest slop I've ever seen, and I don't like that I now know that games like this exist. It's actually, I don't believe it. It's like, I don't know, man, cause like it's the first game that I've ever played where I can't find a single thing that I liked about it. I'd have to really stretch my mind. And granted, I did only play it. You know what? Fuck that. I played it for 2 hours. I should be able to find something that I like about the game in 2 hours. I mean, I did like, you know what? This isn't intentional, obviously, but I did enjoy making fun of the accents. Making fun of the voice acting was quite fun. But like, even like I've played games that I wouldn't say I don't even really like, but there's still at least something. There's still at least something, you know? Like, I didn't really enjoy like Blasphemous that much. I haven't finished it, and I probably never will, because I didn't really like it that much. But I liked like the art style. I like the worlds. The voice acting is pretty good too. I've played Fate Grand Order, which is a gacha game, and like I think it's an alright game. I don't know if I'd say I dislike it, but like there's definitely a lot of problems with it, especially in like the earlier chapters of the game, which is all that I've played so far. But even then, even with that, it's like, okay, I see the vision, you know, I see the vision of like what they're trying to say with this game. But with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like there is a story, and to be fair, I did kind of skip over it a little bit because I was too busy like making fun of the accents and voices and like skipping through the tutorials to engage with the story. But like it seemed pretty generic from what I experienced. And granted, RPG stories are very similar to each other, I feel like. But still, like, one thing I got from the story was like, in the world, there's a big world tree. I know, like a big tree, and at the top of the tree, it's rumored to have like a paradise, like heaven, and it's called Elysium. And the main character wants to venture to the top one day so that everyone can live in peace and harmony. And it's like, bro. It's just, it's the kind of game that if you like it, I'm gonna like judge you. It's fine. I actually don't care. If you like this game, if this is your favorite game of all time, then that's fine. I'm just gonna quietly judge you for it, which is also fine. Remember I said this was going to be a long one? I finished 10 levels in 38 minutes. Okay, so I guess we're playing a little bit of page 2 to get to the hour, or at least close to the hour. I don't really want to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 anymore, but like that's kind of all I had planned. Actually, I did when I stopped playing Xenoblade, that wasn't the end of our call, because we just kind of hung out for like another like 4 hours in call, and I was playing Elden Ring, and Carter and Jason were playing like we're doing like Sporkle quizzes about like NFL teams and like sports teams, which I tuned out of. I tuned out of that part, but like they also did like Star Wars quizzes and like that stuff, and we eventually got into just, or I say they got into like looking at weird like figures on AmiAmi, which is like an anime figure site, and they found some good stuff, man. They found some good stuff. Cause there's a foreign figures section on that website, and it's just like it's just basically like miscellaneous figures. And like what's kind of funny is that like Luffy was in there. no, not Luffy actually. Zoro from if you didn't know, from One Piece, a very popular anime, was in the foreign figures section. But there's a lot of like superhero figures, like Batman, Spider-Man, Venom. But there's also like a Michael Jordan figure. And I need to pull them up because I don't remember what they were. But they were pretty funny. Like, okay, let's pull up one. No, Discord reveal. Actually, no, I'm on game capture. Doesn't matter. Like, let's see. Scrolling through the chat. Scrolling through your group chat is very much a time. What's a funny one? Oh yeah, there's a cool little Nightmares figure. Like this, dude. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I'm on game capture, it doesn't matter. Dude, I actually can't get into Ami Ami. It says, it keeps saying it keeps saying shit. But yeah, this okay, let's add an image source. Let's add an image source. Like they're selling this stuff on Ami Ami, man. It's on the anime figure site, and there's one where there's like a dog on a skateboard. There's this is funny. I don't remember what they were called, but they're called like, at least this one was called like something cat A or something. And they have a beer can for scale, which is also pretty funny. Like we were just like goofing and gaffing like that, and while I was playing Elden Ring, I would look over at the group chat and I would see a puffer fish in an ice cream cone with ice cream on top of it, and I'd be like, "What the hell?" And it was a really fun call. And we did that until like 2:30 a.m. which wasn't very good for my homework, for the homework I have to do. I just have to do more homework than I thought I had to do today because I didn't do it yesterday, but I feel like the call was worth it. did I call? I don't know. It was probably I was probably listening to this. Carter's probably listening to this right now and is like, it's just a call, man. I really like those types of calls where it's just like chilling. The conversation is like consistently interesting, and while I'm just like playing Elden Ring, and like it's just nice, man. Carter and Jason, if you're watching this, I like you guys, man. I like you guys, man. What else can I talk about? Okay. I know people have been waiting for this, but I haven't collected enough data for the alcohol tier list yet. I've tried a few more alcohol since then. But not enough. I still need to try like, I have like 5 or 6 more like alcohol types in mind to try before I really call it done and I'm able to talk about it. I do have a ranking in mind for all of the alcohol I've tried so far. Let me just say, so far, with all the alcohols I've tried, there's no shot I ever get drunk. Not because I'm like, not because I have an aversion to like being drunk and like less in control of myself, which I do. I think being like straight edge for 21 years has kind of like brought that on me. But there's no shot I ever get drunk because all the alcohol I've had tastes terrible. And there's no way I would be able to drink enough of it to get drunk. Yeah, there's no way I would have enough, I would be able to stomach enough alcohol because it all just tastes pretty bad. Like I probably could, like if I actually wanted to get drunk, I could drink a bunch of alcohol, but like if I'm not gonna enjoy the taste of the drink, then I see no point because I'll probably enjoy being drunk, but then the next morning, like if it's a poop sandwich, right, where the 2 breads are poop and they sandwich like a kind of fun experience inside of it, then it's not worth it. If the bread is poop, then it's not worth it. If one of the slices of bread is poop, which is the hangover, then I think it would be fine. But for now, no siree. No siree. This is an interesting place to start this song at. But yeah, alcohol, it's probably not gonna be my thing. I don't like any of it so far, like even a little bit. If I really like think really hard about what I'm tasting, then I could maybe see how I could maybe enjoy it at one point. If it's like paired with something well, because it's just like really bitter, and it just like doesn't taste good. Because like I can do bitter. I like coffee. I like the taste of coffee. I like I've had pretty bitter tea before and I enjoyed that. But it's just like I don't know. I did not expect I expected like that I wouldn't really like it, but I did not expect to not even understand how people like it, you know? I don't get it. But I've only ever tried like pure alcohol. I've never had like a mixed drink yet. Like I haven't ever had like a hard lemonade or like a hard like a drink that I would normally have just with alcohol in it, like a mimosa or something. So there's still hope for alcohols like that for me to enjoy them, but for now, do not enjoy it. Yeah, that's your update. It's your alcohol update. Let's see. There is something really funny that I did, but I can't talk about it yet. It'll be the thing I did will probably be the subject of next episode. And trust me, I think you're gonna wanna tune into the next episode. I did something pretty goofy, and I'm probably going to want to talk about it. Well, I haven't. Okay, what I've done is already pretty goofy, but I haven't done the main thing that'll be the subject of next episode yet. But I'm hyping it up a lot. Hopefully it'll live up to your hype. But I think it will. I'm still not sure exactly how good the episode will be, because I still need to do a certain thing before I know if the episode is going to be good or not. But I think it's going to be pretty good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it. That's going to be probably next week, if I had to guess. Or it's like I'll make it sometime this week if I have time. But you don't know what I'm cooking up, and when I drop it, I think it will be one of the last things you expect. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm already talking about it too much. I'm already like giving too much information, but I don't know. You never really know when you're like alluding to something, when you're talking about a secret that you have. You never really know when you've given away too much, because sometimes you say something, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna get found out frame one, and then you just don't. You just don't get found out. And sometimes you think you're like this. You're like the cleverest like person in the world, and then when you drop the thing, it's like, oh yeah, we figured. So I don't know if I've given too much away, but I don't think I have. But I don't want you thinking too hard about what it could be, because then you could maybe come up with a solution. But either way, when you read the title, I think it's gonna make you at least smile, if not maybe laugh, because it's very goofy. It's gonna be very goofy. But yeah, that's next episode though. And the only reason why I'm really talking about what I'm doing next episode is because I have run out of things to talk about this episode. I guess all that's left to do is to log in and finish this level so I can end the episode. Dude, wow. Dude, this was so long. Why did I have to end on an XL, man? Dude, I can't. It's only like 25% into the level now. I feel like I've been playing for so long. I feel like I've been playing for like 2 minutes already. It's not real. It's not actually, but. I feel the need to talk about stuff. But if I talk about stuff, then I'm gonna have more of a chance to die, and then it'll just prolong this episode more. Which in some cases is good, in other cases, like this one, it is not good. So oh no. Dude, oh, this is so poorly made. Oh, it's a 9-star as well. I'm in hell. I'm in purgatory right now. It's what I get for shitting on Xenoblade Chronicles 2 this much. It's what I get for being such a hater. But I said I was fine to like Xenoblade. I said I would just silently judge you. I don't have a vendetta against anyone that worked on the game or anyone that played the game and really like it. This kind of reminds me of collab level. Obviously it's not his full name, but like the music and like the deco, especially in that last part. Make me feel like I'm gonna get like horribly jump scared. What? This is okay. This is gonna be the first skip in a while. I do want to finish on a win though, so hopefully this 5-star is gonna be easy enough to either side me to do it like 3rd try at most. And it has like a good song too, so. Yay! Poor dog! So we're getting really close to 10,000 stars. We're getting close to the end of the series. It's probably not going to be the end. It might be the end of me playing Geometry Dash while yapping, but it's not the end of like a yapping series. I do think that I will end. I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't remember. But yeah, quests. With that, I have been Remblob. That's not how the outro goes. I hope that you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. I have been Remblob, and I'll see you later.